Got your travel plans all set? Imagine this. You're gliding into the airport, coffee in one hand, your boarding pass in the other. You're already dreaming of that window seat view. But then, sorry, this ID isn't valid. Your stomach drops. Yeah, that could happen in 2025, but it doesn't have to. Stick with me and you'll get everything you need. ID updates, new travel rules, and some smart tips most travelers overlook. By the end of this, you'll be that calm, collected traveler everyone wishes they were. Let's talk about something that could mess up your trip. Real ID. Starting May 7, 2025, if your driver's license doesn't have that little star in the corner, security won't even let you near the gate. I know you're probably thinking, wait, what's star? Exactly. And here's the thing. Every state is already issuing real IDs, but not everyone's made the switch. The real hassle starts when you're scrambling at the DMV, flipping through old papers to prove you exist because you waited too long. But here's a tip. If dealing with all that sounds like a headache, just use your passport. No extra forms, no DMV lines. Plus, if a spontaneous trip to Paris sounds better than your usual weekend plans, you're already set. Thinking of getting the real ID anyway? Smart move. Just a heads up, you might want to make an appointment at the DMV because wait times can be a bit long. Oh, and don't forget to check if your state has any specific document requirements. The takeaway? Don't be that person panicking at 5 a.m. because their ID didn't make the cut. Get it sorted now, and you'll be the one calmly enjoying coffee while everyone else scrambles. All right, here's some news that might just make renewing your passport a little less painful, or at least more convenient. The State Department's online passport renewal system is live, but don't get too excited just yet. There are a few hoops to jump through. First, your current passport has to be one that was issued when you were age 16 or older and issued within the last 9 to 15 years, which usually means you're over 25. It also has to be in good shape, no water damage or mystery stains from that beach trip. And yes, you need to live in the US for this. Got a diplomatic or official passport? Sorry, this process isn't for you. Now about that photo. You still need a serious professional one. No selfies, no quirky backgrounds, just you, a plain white backdrop, and your best I'm ready to travel look. Oh, and skip the glasses and hats unless they're absolutely necessary for medical reasons. It's all about keeping things simple and clear for the system. Here's the kicker. Once you hit submit, your old passport is officially useless. So if you've got a trip coming up soon, maybe hold off. Processing takes 10 to 13 weeks. No express lane, no fast pass. But at least the entire process is secure, and you can track your application online instead of waiting and wondering. Bottom line, plan ahead, have your documents ready, and you'll avoid the nightmare of standing at the post office, pleading with the clerk to check one more time. Future, you will thank you when you're boarding your next flight, hassle-free. Planning that dream European getaway? Well, here's something you need to know before packing your bags. Starting in 2025, American travelers will need an TTS authorization, a fancy way of saying permission slip, to enter most European countries. This is specifically for US citizens, so if you're rocking that American passport, listen up. But if you already have a visa or residence permit for Europe, you're good to go. No need for the extra paperwork. And yes, it'll set you back $7.50, but the good news? It's valid for 3 whole years. Now, this isn't just for flights. Even if you're hopping on a cruise, train, or bus to cross borders, you'll still need it. The EIS covers 27 EU countries, plus Iceland, Norway, and Switzerland. Basically the scenic spots you've probably pinned on your travel map. But heads up, this doesn't include the UK. How long can you stay? You're allowed up to 90 days within any 180-day period. So, if you're planning a long, leisurely European adventure, you'll need to keep track of your days. Here's an important tip. When filling out your ETS application, double-check your passport details. A typo can mean delays, or worse, a rejection. The system runs an automatic background check, so approvals usually only take a few minutes. But if anything looks suspicious, it could take up to 14 days. Trust me, you don't want to find out last minute that your trip to Paris has been put on hold. Also, don't wait until after booking your tickets to apply. Get your ETS sorted first to avoid any hiccups. Bottom line, add this to your pre-trip checklist and you'll breeze through European borders like a pro. Future you, enjoying croissants in Paris or gelato in Florence, will be glad you did. Alright, let's talk about one of the most annoying parts of airport security, the liquid rule. You know the drill. Everything in tiny bottles, shoved into a clear plastic bag. For a while, we thought the EU was finally going to lift that 100ml limit. But nope. Plans changed after some scanner issues, so the rule stays. Here's the deal. Every liquid container still needs to be 100ml or less, and they all have to fit neatly into one clear, resealable plastic bag. And yes, you'll need to pull that bag out and place it separately in the security bin. Don't be the person holding up the line while digging through your carry-on. If you're traveling with medication or baby formula, make sure to bring the original packaging and a doctor's note to make things smooth. And heads up, airport rules can vary. Some airports might be stricter than others, so it's always smart to check ahead before you pack. For those of you hopping between international flights, good news. Some connecting flights don't require a second security check if the airports follow the same security standards, like when you're flying through Dublin. But double check your route, just in case. Looking for a smart travel hack? Swap out liquids for solid options like shampoo bars and lotion sticks. They're a lifesaver when you're trying to save space and skip the extra hassle. Let's be honest, nothing can derail a trip faster than getting hit with unexpected baggage fees at the gate. And when it comes to European airlines, things can get complicated. Each airline seems to have its own rules. Some allow bags up to 22 inches, others cap it at 21, and budget airlines, they're notorious for having the strictest limits. So what's the safest bet? Stick to a carry-on around 21 by 14 by 9 inches. It's the safe zone. That works for most airlines. And don't forget, it's not just about size. Some airlines enforce strict weight limits too, so having a portable luggage scale can save you from last-minute repacking drama at the check-in counter. Oh, and here's a pro tip. Make sure you measure your bag with the wheels and handles included. That compact suitcase might not be so compact when you count the extras. To stay ahead of the game, keep an airline size chart saved on your phone. That way, you can double-check your bag size anytime and avoid surprises. And if you're worried about stricter rules, consider bringing a soft, squishable bag. These flexible carry-ons can be lifesavers when you need to squeeze into stricter limits. Bottom line, a little prep goes a long way. Know your airline's rules ahead of time, double-check your luggage size, and pack smart. That way, you'll breeze past the gate while everyone else is fumbling to reshuffle their bags. Your future self, relaxing at 30,000 feet, will be glad you did. Flying with family? We all know how stressful that can be, especially when you're trying to keep everyone together on a packed plane. But here's some good news. Airlines now have to seat kids under 13 with at least one accompanying adult, at no extra charge, even if you booked basic economy. That means no more awkward moments of negotiating seat swaps with strangers or doing the musical chairs shuffle just to sit with your child. But here's the thing. While the rule is in place, it's still a good idea to book early. The earlier you book, the more likely you'll snag seats together without any drama. And don't just rely on luck. Check in online 24 hours before your flight to make sure everything's in place. Also, not all airlines handle this the same way. Some assign seats automatically, while others may require you to call ahead to confirm your family seating. It's worth knowing your airline's process so you don't get caught off guard. If things still go wrong and your family gets separated, you have the right to file a complaint. And no, they can't force you to pay for an upgrade to sit together. Make sure to take screenshots of your seat selection and booking confirmation as proof. One last thing, don't forget to bring age verification documents for your kids. Some airlines might ask for proof to confirm they're eligible for the free family seating policy. Bottom line, a little planning up front can save you a lot of stress mid-flight. You'll thank yourself when your kid's happily settled in their seat instead of nervously glancing around for you from the other end of the plane. Let's talk about something we all dread: flight delays and missing luggage. Nothing can ruin a trip faster than standing at the baggage carousel, watching everyone else grab their bags while you're left empty-handed. But here's the good news. Airlines are now required to step up their refund game. If your flight is delayed by more than 3 hours, you're entitled to an automatic refund. No begging at the customer service desk required. And if your luggage takes an unexpected detour and doesn't show up within 12 hours, you're getting that baggage fee refunded too. Oh, and if your flight gets canceled altogether, don't worry, you're not just left stranded. Airlines now have to offer you a 5-year voucher so you can rebook your trip when you're ready. But here's the kicker. Domestic flights need to process refunds faster than international ones. So, if you're flying locally, you should see that refund hit your account sooner. Pro tip, snap a quick photo of your bag before check-in. It might sound paranoid, but if something goes wrong, having that picture can speed up the claim process. Details like the brand, color, and any unique tags can make all the difference. And here's another insider tip. Hold on to those receipts. If you end up stuck at the airport due to a delay, airlines are required to cover reasonable expenses like meals and accommodation. So, keep track of your spending. That unexpected layover might just turn into a free mini vacation. Bottom line, keep your travel docs handy, know your rights, and don't be afraid to ask for what's yours. When something goes sideways, being prepared means less stress and more time to focus on the fun parts of your trip. Security lines. Just hearing those words can make you picture long queues and that awkward scramble to pull out your laptop, liquids, and whatever else they ask for. But here's some exciting news. Las Vegas Airport is rolling out a self-service security system with 3D scanners. What's so great about that? You can leave your laptop in your bag and breeze right through. And it's not just about Las Vegas. If this trial goes well, more airports will follow suit. Oh, and for international travelers, good news. Some airports, like Dublin, are already skipping the second security check for connecting flights if the initial airport meets matching security standards. Translation? Faster boarding, fewer lines. But here's the thing. Not all lanes will get these upgrades at the same time. Pre-check lanes will be the first to use the new system, while regular lanes will catch up later. So, if you're a frequent traveler, it might be worth considering pre-check for a smoother experience. Also, keep in mind that different airports may roll out these systems at different paces. What's available at one airport might not be at another, so check ahead before you fly to avoid surprises. Pro tip: download your airline or airport's app. These apps are gold for real-time updates on security lines, boarding times, and any last-minute changes. It's like having a personal travel assistant in your pocket. Bottom line, while these security upgrades are designed to make your travel experience smoother, they still depend on you being prepared. A little double-checking before you head to the airport can save you from unnecessary stress. And who doesn't want to skip the hassle and spend more time enjoying that pre-flight coffee instead? So, are you ready to take on the travel world in 2025? With these new rules and a little bit of planning, you'll be a travel pro in no time. What are your travel plans for the year? Let me know in the comments below. And as always, safe travels.
Worldwide Park, your vision, our expertise.